it's taken me 7 hours to get here from London by car, and I'm going to go and get some tickets for things to see. And I'm going to interview him. So, hi.
Hello.
How old were you when you knew you wanted to be a comedian?
Well, when I was about 8, there was a local drama group at a sort of community centre near me, and I remember passing it, seeing the sign, and thinking, oh, I'd like to do that. And I think because my mum had done sort of amateur dramatics, and I'd gone to see some of their shows, and I thought I'd like to do it. So I joined this group when I was about 8, and I used to do sort of monologues and festivals and exams as well, drama exams, and so really from about the age of 8, and I always quite enjoyed doing. I like doing straight stuff as well, but I always enjoyed doing the comedy side of it.
Yeah. What age do you think a child could start being a comedian?
Well, it depends how funny they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I think sometimes people have. Obviously, in some ways, it's something you can learn. As in, you can watch what sort of comedy you like and what style you like. But also, I think sometimes with people, it's when they're. You must know with friends of yours, some people are just inherently funny. They're just funny people. It doesn't mean that they want to necessarily make a career out of it. But no, I think with anything, it's at any age really. And if you then follow what you want to do, I think I always really wanted to be an actor, and I do a bit of acting as well. And I quite like. It's quite nice to do a mix of the two.
Yeah.
Because as a comedian, you're working a lot of evenings and there's a lot of travelling as well.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd like to have a balanced idea, which I haven't quite found, of doing enough sort of writing and TV acting or stage acting with comedy as well. Because otherwise, sometimes that's the one downside of comedy. I would say for anyone wanting to get involved is that it's a bit of a slog getting into it because there's so many people doing it. And but it's if you're good, you're good, and it's in some ways it's very much what we call a meritocracy. Whereas it doesn't matter who what you know. If you're good and you keep working at it, then you're
funny.
Exactly. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Yeah, because otherwise you get very embarrassed.
Yes.
Here we're at the Edinburgh Festival at the moment. I'm doing a character show, so I'm playing. Because when you come to the Edinburgh Festival, rather than just doing say a 20-minute set or a half-hour set at a club. You get an hour to be a bit more creative, and so I'm doing a character which is this guy. This is why I'm wearing this t-shirt, and I've got a wig on normally and glasses. The wig's in my bag in there, otherwise I'll show you. And his name is Donnie Donkins, and the whole idea is that he's a very bad comedian. He's a comedian that should never have done comedy, but he has decided to do it because he thinks he will get him on TV and it will get him fame and fortune. So he's doing it for all the wrong reasons, and he's actually very rubbish at it. So the whole show basically is me being rubbish as this character, this sort of northern young stand-up, who then has a bit of a nervous breakdown and cries. Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Can you do a northern accent then?
Well, this is how he speaks normally, and he's like, "Hello everyone, I'm Donnie Donkins," and he just does loads of he's got lots of little catchphrases. He just sort of does this a lot, just sort of stretches and just does really bad jokes, basically. Does awful jokes, and then the audience look. You can see sometimes though, it's a bit of a risk because sometimes you can see the audience going, "Oh my God, this group's really bad."
So, what's your 3 top tips if you wanted to become a professional comedian?
Okay, number 1 I would say is just really work at it, and that's the same with everything. Make notes, keep a notepad. I'm not sure if it's the same tip. I'm just sticking with number 1 at the moment. Keep a notepad with you. So anytime you find something funny or you have an idea, write it down because quite often you can forget stuff. Number 2 is research. Is go to comedy clubs, have a look in Time Outlook online, see where clubs are. And number 3 is watch loads of comedy. Now that doesn't mean copy it. That just means you can get sort of inspiration, or you can see something that might inspire you. Go, oh look, they're doing exactly, and you'll like I say, it's being influenced by rather than copying anything, and just go, okay, I like that style. I think I can do that as well. But work hard. That's the thing.
that you wanted to go from. Still you know it wouldn't be very long. It's tough to have the feeling that you wanted to go. Still have the feeling that you wanted to stay. It's hard to go, change your mind. It's time to go again, but change your mind again. It's tough to have the feeling that you wanted to go. Still have the feeling that you wanted to stay. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. I go.
I'm in the Bedlam Theatre at Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and I'm going to watch track 3 of Physical Theatre Show. So, you whistled like a canary in the show, and I really want you to do it again because it's so cool.
Okay, alright.
Okay, so, how old were you when you got into acting?
The first thing I ever did, I was 7 years old. I was the host for a show in my 2nd grade class, and I got to use a microphone. It was great.
Yeah. And how old do you think a child has to be to get into acting?
I think they can get in anytime they want to. If they really like it and if they're good at it, they should start whenever they're ready.
Yeah. Where did your inspiration come from to make this into physical theatre?
Well, I have a dance and theater background and mime and clowning background, so I wanted to put all of those elements together and do something I love very much, which is Chekhov. And that's how I sort of see and how I experience it in my mind, and I wanted to try to make it happen on stage.
Do you find it easy being a director?
Easy? Oh, no, it's not easy, but I love it. So I really enjoy doing it, and I'm a performer as well, so I kind of try to understand what the actors are going through as I'm directing them too. Yeah. So did you have fun?
Yeah, it was amazing.
You liked it? Oh, I'm so happy you liked it. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah.
Don't take anything personally and know who you are and stick to that.
Top tips?
I'm going to steal from Jack Lemmon, who said, love the art in you, not yourself in the art. It's important to really love what you're doing, and not just be doing it for some sort of prestige or what have you, because you won't be happy.
That's a really good one. I wish I had said that one. Mine would just be to keep doing it. Do it as much as you can and find the art in everything you do. Because it's there. You just sometimes have to look for it.
Hi, I'm Abi, and I've just seen small steps in random directions, and I'm about to ask some questions. So I was wondering, how did you get your ideas?
Hand that one over to Jack.
Yes.
Various different things. A lot of it came from listening to music, to be honest, and yeah. And then it was kind of a culmination of many years of sitting in a dark room thinking.
How do you guys work with like the script? How do you kind of piece it and put your own twist into it, like personality?
We've had a lot of direction. Like the script is very particular in its delivery because it is quite stark but witty at the same time. And so we had particular direction from the directors, and then we just tried to put that through into the words as best we could.
Lots of short lines as well, like oh or yes, like the amount of work that has to be put into them to make sure that the right thing is emphasised.
And it's a lot of them were very snappy, so it was sort of getting the rhythm with that as well. We really tried to work on.
It was important we had a backstory to each character. So once we'd learnt our backstory, or we'd developed our backstory along with Jack and Oliver, it kind of gave it more substance for us.
How would you describe the piece within like a sentence or a word?
I would go with it's a new writing piece.
Awkwardness.
Unexpected.
Wales.
It's about a journey where they don't get anywhere.
Pointless.
Oh. Fun.
Intriguing.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I probably wouldn't either.
I'd save your money. It's not great, I'm not going to lie. Distinctly average at best.
11.20, £3.
Cowgate.
£4 on weekends.
Okay, it's £4 on weekends?
£4 on weekends.
Okay, don't come at the weekend, that's far too expensive. Weekdays, Monday to Thursday, £3. Cowgate,
Small
the
steps
caves.
in random directions.
Just the tonic ring.
Co-directed by Oliver Walker.